So what if we control the computer with our hands? It's kind of a useless idea, to be honest, but it's just like a little side project, like a little fun project to show your friends or whoever. And if you saw my previous YouTube short, then that's basically what we're gonna make, but a few modifications to use the cursor and the Pi Auto G stuff with the hands and the face tracking and everything. Well, not face tracking, hand tracking. Oh, the camera's not even full, man. So this is basically the list on how we're gonna approach this. So we're gonna first start off with the imports. Of course, it's Python, you need to import everything. We're gonna use MediaPipe, PyGUI, and of course, OpenCV. So the correct Python version would be 3.11 for any of these imports, because I tried 3.13, which is the latest one, and it did not work. And it is the MediaPipe that does not work with 3.13. So first we're gonna do the imports, initialize the MediaPipe hands, initialize the webcam, get the screen size, which is referring to the monitor screen size, and then we're gonna define a threshold. So whenever we pinch, do we want it to pinch halfway, or like initialize the action halfway, or whenever we close the fingers. We're gonna prevent multiple clicks by adding a little delay, a second delay, and like a flag basically saying if we clicked or if we didn't. And then we're gonna initialize the game loop, that's what I call it, which is basically a forever loop until you press this exit, which is Q. And inside the game loop, we're gonna read the camera, we're gonna flip the image so we could do a selfie view display. So what you're seeing is actually comfortable and not the opposite. So if I wave my hand to the right, it doesn't go to the left. Process the image to find the hands with MediaPipe. And then right here, it's a little pseudocode that I created. If results.multi-hand landmarkers, that means if it's found, it's just an error check. Then we're gonna get all the hand landmarkers, which is gonna be all of the finger joints. I believe that's the way MediaPipe does it. And then we're gonna draw the markers on our hand, get the palm, which is landmarker 9, which is basically something like this. And then we're gonna get the fingertip, and then we're gonna get the thumb. So whenever we have the palm, we have the fingertip, we have the thumb. So now the cursor would be right here in the middle of the palm, which is on this other line, move cursor based on the palm position. But before that, we're gonna draw the circles, the appropriate circles, which is on the palm, the thumb, and the index finger. And then this is just for visualization. We're gonna draw a line between the index finger and the thumb. And then we're gonna use basic math to calculate the index finger from the thumb, which is just X and Y values. And then we're gonna do the actions. We're gonna create the actions, which we're gonna check if the pinch gesture is called. And then we're gonna display everything on the screen for fun, and display the current distance on the screen. And then after all that processes, since it's a game loop, we need to display the resulting image, which it pre-processes all of this and then displays this. And then of course, whenever we're done, we clean up. I went ahead and pre-programmed everything for y'all so we could just talk about it. It's only 110 lines of code. If you could condense into 1 line of code if you want to. You could be one of those guys or girls. I mean, according to the analytics, it's 100% a male audience, mainly from Germany, and 98% of you aren't subscribed. But anyways, we're gonna talk about this. So right here, we're gonna initialize variables, the MP drawing, which is gonna get the drawing utilities, and then the MP hands, which is the hands. And MP, that means right here, we call it the import MediaPipe as MP, just for short, so we don't have to keep on typing it and typing it. But you could always do this right here. It's the same exact thing, but just don't import it as. And then we're gonna initialize the hands. The hands, we're only gonna detect 1 hand. We're gonna have a minimum confidence level of 7.7. I'm pretty sure you can make it higher, but this is just AI based stuff. So if you didn't watch my other video, my previous video about creating a $1 million crypto trading bot, you would see some confidence levels, you would see some probabilities, which is also confidence. So this is basically saying we want to detect the hand, not 100%, but only 70%. So it might detect a mannequin's hand because it's 70% recognized. And then we're gonna initialize webcam, which if you have many webcams, you could put 0, 1, through infinity. Getting the screen size of the current screen that we're getting, we're gonna set the pinch threshold, which this goes by pixels. So 40, that means like right here it will get called. So we could just, and then we're gonna prevent multiple clicks by adding a flag, and then we're gonna add a little click delay, which is I think 1 second. And then here we start the game loop. And then right here we initialize the capture read, which success is inside of the read, which calls if it successfully captured the device. And if it's not successful, it will print this. And then we're gonna get the image that is currently outputting. And then right here, the selfie view that we just talked about, we're just gonna flip the image. And then we're gonna add color to the image. And then whenever we add the color to the image, since it is already an image just with color, we would use this variable. You could also use this one, but let's use the image version, the colored version. And then we're gonna process it to find the hands. We're gonna get the image height, width, and that we're extracting from the image shape, which this is basically a flag. So we could use this for anything else, but we mainly want to extract the image width and the image height. If we find the hand landmarkers, we're gonna iterate through each landmarker, and then we're gonna draw the landmarkers on the image. We're gonna get the image, we're gonna get the hand landmarkers that it found, and then we're gonna see if it captured the hand so we can display it. And then we're gonna hold the landmarkers in its own variable called landmarkers. We're gonna extract the palm landmarker, the index fingertip, and the thumb tip, which anything with MP underscore hands with the dots with these little parameters at the end, that's gonna be inside their documentation. And then inside of each of these, we have something, we have an X and Y value, which is the coordinates on the current screen that it's gonna display. That's why it goes from, we're gonna get the X value multiplied by the image width and the image height, so width times height. So it gets the X and Y values accordingly. And then of course, we're just gonna display the palm in blue, the index finger in green, and the thumb in green as well. And then for further visualization, we're gonna draw a line between the index and the thumb using just a line, and these three are circles. And this is where the X and Y values also come into play. So we could display the circle accordingly whenever we move the hand. And then right here, we have a basic distance formula. I hate math so much, but we have a distance formula here just to calculate the distance between the thumb and the finger. And right here, we have some PEMDAS. And if you don't know what PEMDAS is, it's just the order of operations where it executes the math equations. We also have some in programming, but this is just math. So this moves a cursor based on the palm position. You have the screen X and screen Y value. And then after we calculate these two variables, which is the screen width divided by the image width times the palm. So in theory, this would work with any size monitor, since we are only capturing the box image that is being displayed on the image width and height, and then we're dividing it by the screen, so it's only in that specific radius that it's going to read. And so since we're going to have a small little box, and then we move our hand like really quick, or like only in the box boundary, which is the camera, which is right here, it's going to be this boundary. The bigger the monitor, the more it's gonna move. That's what I'm trying to say. And then right here, we're gonna have a move to. The duration is basically the smoothness you want, the delay. And then right here, we're gonna check for the pinch gesture, which is the action. If the distance is, the distance is the index finger and the thumb, it's less than the threshold, which is right here, we're gonna execute this. So right here, this is basically a click delay. You don't have to have it. If you want it instant, we're gonna execute a left click. So we could just click on the screen, and then we're gonna reset that little flag that we created that you don't need. And then we're just gonna put in text what we just did. And then we're gonna display the threshold values right here and display the current distance. We're gonna show the resulting image, which is after everything computes, it's gonna show the image. And then right here is, it's going to be waiting for that cue to be pressed so it could break out of the loop, and then it will release the resources. So let's get this running. So right here, we're going to put python main.py, And let's see what it does. It should pop up a screen. There you go. I mean, we don't have the blurred background, so I'm so sorry guys, but here it is. Let me open it up right here, and then if we hold up our hand, you can see the little coordinates and all the calculations, and you can even see the cursor already moving right there. So we have a threshold, we have a distance, and if we click, you can see a little, you can see that? So the threshold is right there. And so we could click on anything, exit out of it. I'm moving my hand right now, and it's really responsive since we are calculating the palm. So the palm's always still, and whenever we click right here, the palm doesn't move, so it's more reactive. At first, I think I put it to one of these knuckles up here, and it was moving every single time I tried to pinch, which I did not like, so I did the palm instead. But yeah, here's the code, guys. If y'all want to go through the video, just review everything. Here is also how you import it. So this is going to be how you import it. It's going to be pip install opencv-python and MediaPipe and PyAutoGY. You would then create a folder which houses main.py or whatever you call it. You can call it anything. README. I mean, you don't need the README. You just need the main.py. And then all you would do is just do Python and then ./main.py and then adjust the code as needed. You could attach each action on different fingers. You could also have two hands where this one's the cursor and this one will be your actions. And there's so much you could do with it. So if y'all come up with an idea, please share in the comments what y'all created or any uses for this, because I do not see a use besides learning about the hand motions. You could also do ASL, not ACL. So if you get a capture, if you have a hand like this, this would be A, this would be P? No, B. I don't know ASL. But yeah, guys, if you like the video and want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe. I try to post as much as I can with all these ideas that I have in my head. And yeah, just make programming fun.